Well, we're really excited to have the Browns on Sunday Night Football, and certainly here on Channel 3 tonight. Coach Kevin Stefanski joins us right now. You know, it never seems to be any different when you're the only game being shown that particular night, whether it's a preseason game or a big game coming down the stretch. No matter where it appears, players really like to play in this kind of situation, Coach.
They do. They know it's prime time. They know they're under the lights, and anytime you're under the lights, I think it takes the guys back to Friday night lights and playing in high school. And that's even if you're having a practice under the lights, there's an extra juice to it. So the guys are definitely itching, and they're ready to go.
And so are some of your starters, and Baker Mayfield will play in this game tonight. This was always the plan, Coach?
It was. We had this plan really as training camp began. Wanted to make sure we get really quality reps, both out on the practice fields here in Berea, on the practice fields versus the Giants, and then in these games, there are opportunities to refine what we're doing. So the plan has always been in that first one, play the younger guys, and the second one, take advantage of those 60-plus reps that we got versus the Giants, and then play the guys in this last game. It's that dress rehearsal, knocking off some of the rust, and then really just making decisions, Jim, based on each individual and what we feel like that player needs to get ready for this season.
Coach, you always talk about the operation and it being smooth and clean, and you talk a lot about getting in the huddle, getting out of the huddle, getting up to the line of scrimmage in time so that you can do the things you want to do. So I would imagine that goes for the starters too. You want to see that operation away from a practice field in Berea.
That's exactly right. I mean, I'm on their butts about the operation at practice too. So that's just an extension of what we do. And those type of things, Jim, may seem like little things, but for me, those little things add up to the big thing. So we want to make sure that we take care of how we operate. And ultimately, we feel like that bleeds into how we perform.
Have these guys been coming up to you during the preseason saying, hey, Coach, we're itching to play in a game? I mean, it's fun watching these guys in Jacksonville and at home against the Giants, but we want to crack at it.
Yeah, we have a bunch of competitive guys, as you know. So anything we're doing, they want to compete. They love going against each other at practice. Everybody, the offense, the defense, they bark at each other really throughout all of our practices. So the ability to go out there against somebody, I think they're looking forward to that.
And then there are those young guys who have played so well, and they get one more crack here tonight and hopefully beyond this. I have to tell you, Coach, I know guys want to make this team, but if they don't make this team, I think they're going to make other teams. I think everybody gets everybody's tape, and they take a look at what the Browns have, and they see a lot of NFL talent on there. But getting back to tonight, these guys come in, and they really want one more chance to prove to you and your coaches that they would love to play here.
That's right, Jim, and I'd love to keep them all. I wish those roster rules were relaxed and we could keep everybody. Not reality of the situation, though. So for tonight, it's another opportunity for them to put their tape out there. And we say it all the time, the tape is your resume. So those guys will go out there and hopefully perform. If they're not on our 53, I hope they're on somebody's 53. I really do. And I don't want to lose anybody, but I think we got some really quality players here, and that's a testament to Andrew and his staff, and it's a testament to how these guys have worked.
Coach, has this been, do you think, as you look at it, and you've been around the NFL a long time, is this a tough roster to make? It's so competitive.
It is competitive, and that's the beauty of our sport is you're competing in games, you're competing for roster spots. You look up and down our roster, it's really tough on some of these spots to make this roster, and that makes you feel good, certainly from a roster construction, and it also, as coaches, we're trying to keep everybody, and it's, you make relationships with guys too. These guys are fighting like crazy, they're battling like crazy, they're practicing hard. So you want them to definitely, if it's not our 53, you'd love for somebody to catch on somewhere else. And then you do have a 16-person practice squad, which is just the same as last year, where you had a larger practice squad. Those rules are intact. So again, would love to keep everybody. But that's really not our focus for now.
And the focus after tonight becomes the Chiefs, obviously. And I know that you probably are on a timetable where you wanted them to be ready. You want them to be ready for that opening game, which is such an attractive game against two great teams, with two great teams going up against each other. Do you get the feeling that your team, both mentally And when you watch them on the practice field, they are itching to play in a regular season game and that Chiefs game.
Yeah, I think so, Jim. But it's a long season. There's 17 of these, so we'll turn our attention to week one when it's appropriate. We have that extra week after this game to start working towards that first game. I think the guys are excited for the season. We also know that our focus will be week to week. So when we get there, we'll put everything we have into that game. And then when that game's over, we'll put everything we have into the next one. It's just the nature of this beast. It just keeps coming at you.
Coach, last question for you. And I thought it was a terrific training camp that you ran, both on the field practice-wise and what you've done in the preseason and giving a lot of guys a lot of opportunities, real good game opportunities to play. If you take a half a step away from it, I know it's difficult for you because you're right on it, but did it meet what you wanted to get done?
Yeah, I think we're on track, Jim. I think we're where we need to be, but we have a ways to go, and we have more opportunities, including versus the Falcons in this preseason game. And then as we get going, we have more practices to refine what we're doing. We're just ultimately, I like where we are. The guys are working extremely hard. They're getting they're having better understanding of what we're trying to do schematically. But I think there's definitely room to grow, and there's really room to grow throughout the season. We hope that this is an operation that continues to grow throughout these long months. I mean, you're going to play regular season games into January, so there's going to be time to grow as an offense, a defense, and special teams throughout the season as well.
All right, Coach, good luck tonight against the Falcons.
All right, thanks, Jim.